Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Zarude. Zarude is a really cool Pokemon, obviously a very new Pokemon as well. This thing has incredible stats, honestly. 105 in HP, 105 in defense and 95 in special defense. It is fantastic in its defenses. It's really hard in its defenses. Obviously not going to take as much damage from different things and can definitely live hits. You've got base 120 in attack, so it can hit super hard. You've got base 105 in its speed, so it's fast enough to be able to do a lot of different things. And you also have base 70 in special attack, which is pretty low, but in a gimmick set you potentially use Nasty Plot as an option because it does get Nasty Plot, which you can use, and I've got a future set for that for you to have a look at. Now, before we get started, if you scroll down, click the like button, also subscribe if you haven't done so already. It would really help me out. I really appreciate it. It really pushes these videos to more people and really helps me to grow on the channel. Now, I'm going to tell you this is the last competitive guide video that I've got planned for a fairly long time, obviously until new Pokemon games come out or new editions come out. So it's going to be Wi-Fi battles, and if you want to see me battle in Wi-Fi, you want to see me putting these sets into motion, putting my money where my mouth is essentially, you can go ahead and watch those videos. Obviously, if you subscribe, you'll get notifications for them. And yeah, you can also battle with me, and I will have details coming on that pretty soon. But yes, getting back to the video, we have got Zarude 4 sets today, because this thing can be run in a couple of different ways. First set we got is a Choice Band set, and you could also run this as Choice Scarf. Yeah, basically it can run either of these. Choice Scarf would be a really good option to have it outspeed the vast majority of Pokemon, but Choice Band allows it to hit that little bit harder, just to potentially get the OHKOs on a lot of different Pokemon. So we have got Leaf Guard as our ability, which unfortunately is a little bit of a letdown of an ability. I was kind of hoping it would have its own new ability, but it doesn't. It just has Leaf Guard, so if Sunday is active, this Pokemon cannot be status and rest will fail for it. So not being status is pretty cool, honestly. So if you run the Sun, you can potentially do that. But other than that, there's no use for Leaf Guard. Move-wise, we have got Close Combat. Powerful Fighting type attack has a lot of different Pokemon for a fair amount of damage there. We've got Darkest Lariat, which is a powerful Dark type attack boosted by Stab. It ignores the stat changes of foes, so if you've got a Pokemon that's set up for 6 or +6 in its defense from Iron defenses or something, your Darkest Lariat is going to avoid that, and it's just going to go straight through from what the original defense was, which can be really helpful for you when hitting hard. You've then got Seed Bomb, which is a powerful grass type attack. I've gone for Seed Bomb because it is a powerful attack, and it also has 100% accuracy, so it doesn't have as much power as some other moves, but it can hit pretty hard and has got the accuracy there. And as you know, Pokemon is a game of RNG. If you can eliminate some of the RNG, you're going to be less salty when you lose. So Seed Bomb can be really helpful there as well. And then finally, U-Turn. U-Turn can be really effective in just getting out of there, getting into a different Pokemon, being able to scout what your opponent's going for. If they're going for a switch, if you're predicting that and you're not quite sure, U-turning out into a different Pokemon can definitely be really helpful, especially when you've got like Choice Band or Choice Scarf. You can just come in, U-turn out, go into something else, get some chip damage, and then come back in later on. Obviously, once you've clicked on the move U-turn, it's very difficult to use unless you get knockoffed, which obviously Zarude wouldn't be hugely affected by because it's not very effective against it, but definitely that U-turn option can be really helpful there. EVs, I'm going to run max attack and max speed on this thing with a jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs and special defense. If you're running Choice Scarf, you probably want to go for an adamant nature, some more attack, less special attack, but you definitely could still go for the jolly nature to get that plus speed minus special attack, and that would allow for you to outspeed the base 100 speed Pokemon with a plus speed nature, because they do sometimes run that just to get a little bit of extra on things, for example like Zarude, which have about 105 in the speed, up to about 110 in speed, because they don't necessarily think about running the plus speed because they're as fast, they're already fast. Moving on to the second Zarude set, I've gone for a Bulk Up set. So Bulk Up allows you to get a +1 in your attack and your defense. Obviously your defense is naturally quite nice anyway, so having that +1 can definitely be really helpful. You've got the attack boost as well, which obviously means it hits really hard also. Leftovers allowing you to heal yourself up, because honestly you do need a little bit of recovery with this set, because you are going to be taking hits. But if you can get 1 or 2 bulk up set up, you are going to be pretty good. Just be cautious of your any special attackers, because they can obviously go through you much easier. And then you've got the exclusive move for Zarude, Jungle Healing, which is healing 1/4 of the max HP, which isn't amazing, but at the same time, it also recovers any statuses. So if you've got burned, for example, which definitely this is an option to be burned, you have the ability to cure yourself and bring yourself back to a fighting state. Because if you got burned, half the attack power, it's not going to hit as hard. You've then got Dream Punch, powerful fighting type attack, and it allows you to get some recovery because you might need to get that in some scenarios. And finally, Power Whip, really powerful grass type attack, does have the chance to miss, so you could go for Seed Bomb as an alternative, but I wanted to show off both of them as an option. EVs for this one: max HP, max attack with an adamant nature, some more attack, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. I think that's probably going to be the most common version that you could see of it, but you could also run max HP, max defense with an impish nature, so more defense, less special attack, if you want this to be a much more defensive wall, living different attacks from a physical front, and just bulking up continuously to have a really high attack stat. So that could be an option for you to potentially consider running. Moving on to the third Zarude, I have gone for a Nasty Plot set, as I said. It can run Nasty Plot. It's not the best thing to run Nasty Plot, honestly, but, you know, I'm always up for a gimmick set. So on here we have got Life Orb to increase the power, because you need it on top of a Nasty Plot to be able to do as much damage as you can. But we've got Nasty Plot doubling your special attack from 239 to 478, I think, off the top of my head. So that's going to be increasing you up quite significantly. You can go for leftovers if you want to, but obviously 478 is not the super high in your special attack stat. If you get the plus 1.3, or sorry, times 1.3 on there, you obviously have, I don't know how much, that's an extra 150-ish, so I guess that's like 600 and something, which obviously is going to hit much harder than your 480. You've then got Giga Drain, powerful grass type attack, allows you to heal yourself up, because healing yourself up is going to be helpful with this. Dark Pulse, powerful dark type attack boosted by stab, hits a lot of different Pokemon. And Synthesis, allowing you to heal yourself up. Obviously, if you have the Sun on here as well, that could definitely help you out. But in this case, you're not going to have to worry too much about the burns on there, which is why I thought about going for the Synthesis over the Jungle Healing. If you're concerned about things like Toxic or Thunder Wave, you could definitely go for the Jungle Healing if you wished. EVs come from max special attack, max speed with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. But you could always go for the modest nature here, so more special attack, less attack. But obviously do be cautious of your speed tier and what can outspeed you at that point if you're not the plus speed invested. And finally, we've got a Dynamax set. So I've gone for a Grassy Glide set, which honestly this thing can run incredibly well. You've got Terrain Extender to extend the grassy terrain from 5 turns to 8 turns, because that will be very helpful for you. Close Combat, which turns to Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack stat by 1 stage when you shot Dynamax. If you use that 2 times and then use the Grassy Glide as Max Overgrowth the 3rd time to set up the grassy terrain, you are set up really nicely on your attack stat with a priority Grassy Glide for up to 8 turns. Which means that you can do a lot of damage to a lot of different Pokemon. And then you've even got the Close Combat you've still got access to. You've got Acrobatics you'll have access to, because your Terrain Extender will be gone because it's been activated. You've then got Stomping Tantrum just to hit things like Fire types, which can be a massive pain in the backside. The Acrobatics can hit things like Bug types, which are super effective against you 4 times, in fact. So honestly, this set is just fantastic. I think this is my favourite set for Zarude. Obviously, it does require you to be allowed to Dynamax, but I really want to run this set like all the time. It is fantastic. If you can get it set up, obviously, if it's hit by like bug type attacks, then this thing is going to falter pretty quickly. But luckily, bug type attacks aren't the most common typing in the meta. Things like steel type attacks are pretty common. Dragon type attacks, Fairy type attacks, which obviously you are weak to as well. So those are the kind of the 3 sort of main ones. Fire type attacks again are very common, and fighting type as well. So you have got quite a few weaknesses that are very common there. But if you can get this set up, you are going to be golden for the rest of the match, or at least for the majority of situations. So yeah, the Acrobatics works really well in combination with this set. The Close Combat, Max Knuckle works. The Grassy Glide works really nicely on top of the Dynamax. And then the Stomping Tantrum, just to have an option for some coverage on there as well, can be really helpful as well. EVs, max attack, max speed, with a jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack. If you're planning on going for like a max airstream in any of these scenarios, you could always go for a adamant nature as well if you wanted to, but that's up to you what you decide to go for in that one. Anyways, that is all for Zarude, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I will see you soon.